you feel like you win this sparring because you did what your coach asked you. And in the fight, of course, it's different.
Great fight. At the end of the day, the people in boxing won, and it's a great fight, and we get to see it again. And then after that, hopefully, I get the winner.
Because I have some issues, I want to heal myself and then move forward again. Doesn't matter, trilogy, Benavidez, Canelo, or as always, I'm just waiting offer.
You feel like you win this sparring because you did what your coach asked you to do. In a fight, of course, it's different. It was a great fight, and at the end of the day, the people in boxing won. It was a great fight, and we get to see it again. After that, hopefully, I get the winner because I have some issues I want to heal myself and then move forward again. It doesn't matter if it's a trilogy, Benavidez, Canelo, I'm just waiting for an...
I respect him as a fighter, he's a really great fighter. And what he's saying that he wants to fight me and better be, it means that he's a great fighter, he's confident and he wanna achieve more and more. It's good, and what I could tell.
Do you remember the sparring with David?
Yeah, I remember, we had a couple of sparrings. I remember it was some of good moments from my side.
Offer. David Benavidez has called out Dmitry Bivol, expressing his desire for a showdown. Additionally, leaked sparring footage has surfaced, giving fans a glimpse into their past training encounters. Sparring sessions between professional boxers are typically private, serving as opportunities to hone skills without public scrutiny. However, leaked footage and discussions occasionally surface, offering fans insights into these behind-the-scenes encounters. One such instance involves a sparring match.
Some of good moments from my side, some good moments from his side. But it's sparring. Sparring, it's sparring. You do some things which coach told you. You should do this and this. And you are trying one round. You couldn't do it. Another round, you try to do this. It couldn't. On the third round, you can do it once only. And you feel like you win this sparring because you did what your coach asked you, And in the fight, of course, it's different. In the fight, they ask you to do something. You will not waste your time if it's not good.
Between David Benavidez and Dmitry Bivol. In this particular session, a 17-year-old Benavidez faced off against Bivol in an intense sparring match. While the full details of the session remain private, some reports suggest that Benavidez performed impressively against the more experienced Bivol. It's important to note that sparring sessions are designed for practice and experimentation, and the dynamics can differ significantly from official bouts. The release of such footage,
Benavidez, possibly instead of a trilogy with Arta.
I'm open for any fight, but today I wanna enjoy that I'm undisputed champion. I wanna take care of my health because I have some issues. I wanna heal myself and then move forward again. Doesn't matter, trilogy, Benavidez, Canelo, or as always, I'm just waiting offer. And I'm saying yes.
Has sparked discussions within the boxing community about the ethics of leaking sparring sessions. Many argue that sharing these private training moments can misrepresent a fighter's abilities or strategies, as sparring is meant for development rather than public evaluation. Despite these debates, these glimpses into sparring sessions continue to intrigue fans and provide unique insights into the training regimens of professional boxers. Dmitry Bivol addressed the leaked sparring footage with David Benavidez.
Dmitry, how do you feel about your next opponent?
I think the December it will be just amazing. Maybe earlier, maybe October. Why not?
You have a preference, David or trilogy?
I don't have any preference now, to be honest. What people wanna see, I gonna take. No problem.
David Benavidez versus Bivol is a way better fight than David Benavidez versus Canelo, only because if he beats Bivol, it proves that he's better than Canelo, is the best Mexican boxer, and is the best at 168 and 175.
Benavidez, offering his perspective on their past training sessions. Bivol acknowledged Benavidez as a great fighter, showing respect for his skills and ambition. He highlighted that Benavidez's willingness to challenge both him and Artur Beterbiev demonstrates his confidence and determination to achieve more in his career. Reflecting on their sparring sessions, Bivol recalled that both fighters had strong moments, each testing different techniques under their coach's guidance. He emphasized that sparring is purely a training exercise where fighters.
The purer puncher probably is Morell for one shot. He's the less experienced guy, but he's got that Cuban background, with the amateur pedigree, over 100-something fights. He's got experience. Even though he's got a lot less fights professionally, he's got experience. He hasn't fought the resume professionally that Benavidez has, so that's in favor of Benavidez. The experience, always important. But also the pedigree, like I said, where he comes from, Cuba, how, you come from that island that from the beginning when you first put those gloves on, it's all about becoming a world champ.
Experiment with various strategies rather than aiming for outright dominance. Bivol explained that fighters use these sessions to apply instructions from their coaches, sometimes succeeding in one round and struggling in another. However, he made it clear that sparring and an actual fight are completely different scenarios. In a real fight, a boxer must make quick adjustments and cannot afford to waste time on techniques that are not working. Unlike sparring, where fighters focus on specific drills regardless of effectiveness, a fight demands immediate adaptability.
Says, quote, I don't want to fight someone who doesn't mean something for my career. And the best out there now is David Morell.
I see him coming up to 175. He's talking about it. He's almost shut his ass up. And also, it would be a bigger pay-per-view if we wait later. His name is not that big, but
They just talk the way you want your fighters to talk. They're all about the smoke. They want to fight everybody. It seems like whoever would win the Morell-Benavidez fight gets the shot. But at the end of the day, we got a guy who wants to fight a tough guy.
While the sparring showcased moments of skill from both sides, Bivol believes that a professional match between him and Benavidez would be a completely different challenge. After his hard-fought victory over Artur Beterbiev, Dmitry Bivol addressed several questions regarding his future during a post-fight interview. Now crowned as the undisputed light heavyweight champion, Bivol took a moment to reflect on his achievement, emphasizing the importance of enjoying this milestone before immediately planning his next move. He acknowledged that he had some physical issues to recover from before stepping back into the ring but remained open to any challenge, whether it be a trilogy with Beterbiev, a fight against David Benavidez, or even a bout against Canelo Alvarez. When asked specifically about Benavidez, Bivol reiterated that he has no particular preference for his next opponent. Instead, he expressed a willingness to take on whoever.
David Morell is so good. David Morell is a high-risk, low-reward fighter. You have to overpay people to step in the ring with him. If you don't overpay him, you won't get him in the ring. It's as simple as that, Jack. So, David Morell going in 2024, one of the most exciting fighters, got an exciting style, has a fan base in Minnesota. That's the knock on the Cubans. No international distribution on the Cuban feed because they don't show the fights. Has a fan base in Minnesota. Now we need to see the fights. Vladimir Shishkin, Kristen and Billy. Any of those guys on the back end of the top 10, I want to see him in with him.
Whatever the fans and the boxing world demand. He made it clear that his focus is on continuing to challenge himself, whether that means facing Benavidez, revisiting his rivalry with Beterbiev, or even considering a move up to cruiserweight. Bivol also reflected on his rematch victory against Beterbiev, noting the adjustments he made to secure the win. He showcased his ability to control the fight, utilizing his defensive discipline, movement, and counterpunching to outmaneuver the powerful Beterbiev. His strategy was precise, ensuring that he avoided prolonged exchanges while landing clean and effective shots throughout the fight. Looking ahead, Bivol remains patient, stating that he is waiting for offers to come his way. He emphasized that he is open to all possibilities and will accept the fight that makes the most sense, whether it's Benavidez, a trilogy with Beterbiev, or another major challenge. Bivol has cemented
and collect a big bag on my head after the fight. This is I'm doing with David Morell. It's the hardest fight, but I'm not scared of nobody. Like I said, I embrace the challenges. So for Canelo and his fans saying that I don't bring nothing to the table, I don't do this, I don't do that, man, they're all scared, just like how he's scared. And if he wants to come prove that I ain't shit, come prove it in front of everybody. It's that easy.
So I feel like it's just a bunch of excuses on his end.
It's just a bunch of excuses, bro. At the end of the day, it's a bunch of excuses and it's a bunch of pride. Because after I beat him, you know,
It's like legacy.
what they don't like is that I'm Mexican, that I'm also Mexican, and I'm here in the United States.
His status as one of boxing's elite and is prepared to take on whatever comes next. When asked about his next opponent, Bivol stated that December would be an amazing time for a fight, but perhaps even earlier, in October. He confirmed that he has no preference, saying that he will take on whichever fight the people want to see. A professional breakdown of Benavidez versus Bivol shows why this fight holds more significance than Bivol versus Canelo. If Benavidez defeats Bivol, it would be a defining moment in his career, elevating him beyond Canelo as the best Mexican boxer of this era. Bivol, known for his technical skills and defensive prowess, presents a tougher stylistic challenge than Canelo. A win against him would not only enhance Benavidez's legacy but also cement his status among boxing's elite.
One, are you happy with an immediate rematch, or would you have preferred a little bit more time to rest?
No, I'm so appreciate that I have the chance, and I cannot, I cannot let myself to think that it's not good time, or it's not good this that. No, I'm happy that I have a chance. Not too much people has a chance and to have rematch, but I have it.
You feel like you win this sparring because you did what your coach asked you to do. In a fight, of course, it's different. It was a great fight, and at the end of the day, the people in boxing won. It was a great fight, and we get to see it again. After that, hopefully, I get the winner because I have some issues I want to heal myself and then move forward again. It doesn't matter if it's a trilogy, Benavidez, Canelo, I'm just waiting for an offer. David Benavidez has called out Dmitry Bivol, expressing his desire for a showdown. Additionally, leaked sparring footage has surfaced, giving fans a glimpse into their past training encounters. Sparring sessions between professional boxers are typically private, serving as opportunities to hone skills without public scrutiny. However, leaked footage and discussions occasionally surface, offering fans insights into these behind-the-scenes.
If it's the same exact fight, I see Bivol winning, but unless they rob it again, there's really nothing you can do.
What'd you make of Bivol and Beterbiev, who you felt won in that fight?
To be honest with you, I think when it comes more down to boxing, I think Dmitry Bivol won that fight. From probably when it comes to damage, Beterbiev was probably landing the harder blows. But you know what? I feel like Bivol did
encounters. One such instance involves a sparring match between David Benavidez and Dmitry Bivol. In this particular session, a 17-year-old Benavidez faced off against Bivol in an intense sparring match. While the full details of the session remain private, some reports suggest that Benavidez performed impressively against the more experienced Bivol. It's important to note that sparring sessions are designed for practice and experimentation, and the dynamics can differ significantly from official bouts. The release of such footage has sparked discussions within the boxing community about the ethics of leaking.
You told me he's focusing on the winner, Benavidez and Bivol. Who would you prefer, since I know Bivol and him have had history?
Both of those fighters are very dangerous fighters. Even Alexander Usyk, Mosley, is a very dangerous fighter. We're getting super focused and really hard for that fight. But if everything goes as planned and we're successful with that, I would like to face Bivol, because the reason is that he beat Hugo Ramirez. He beat Canelo. So for me, if he beat the one, and if we beat the one, we can beat the one.
Do you think Bivol will beat Beterbiev?
No. I think that I see Beterbiev win by knockout.
Okay.
And I see Bivol winning by decision. If it goes boxing, and if he gets caught, But I think the only way that Bivol's going to win by decision.
Okay.
If he stays there, Beterbiev has all that power to knock him out.
Sparring sessions. Many argue that sharing these private training moments can misrepresent a fighter's abilities or strategies, as sparring is meant for development rather than public evaluation. Despite these debates, these glimpses into sparring sessions continue to intrigue fans and provide unique insights into the training regimens of professional boxers. Dmitry Bivol addressed the leaked sparring footage with David Benavidez, offering his perspective on their past training sessions. Bivol acknowledged Benavidez as a great fighter, showing respect for his skills and ambition. He highlighted that
boxers don't do this. This is why Canelo's not fighting Benavidez. Why would Canelo fight Benavidez, who's relatively unknown, and Benavidez beats him, and Benavidez becomes overnight a superstar? That's Canelo's letting Benavidez make a name off of him.
So you're saying that you're going to make Conor McGregor?
And just one more from me. Benavidez Bivol, the rematch. What a great fight that is in Saudi. How do you see that playing out?
It's going to be a really good fight again. Both are great fighters, and
do you see yourself fighting a light heavyweight again?
maybe.
Benavidez's willingness to challenge both him and Artur Beterbiev demonstrates his confidence and determination to achieve more in his career. Reflecting on their sparring sessions, Bivol recalled that both fighters had strong moments, each testing different techniques under their coach's guidance. He emphasized that sparring is purely a training exercise where fighters experiment with various strategies rather than aiming for outright dominance. Bivol explained that fighters use these sessions to apply instructions from their coaches, sometimes succeeding in one round and struggling in another.
Spar, it's very different than a fight. I have a lot of sparrings when I wasn't good, when I was good. I'm not seeing on the sparring, it's like on the fight. I'm checking, I'm just trying to do something, I just have some mission for one sparring and I try to do it. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not. But with Benavidez it was good sparrings. I can't say that something was not good. Now it's Canelo, he has belts, of course he's the best in 168. They need to prove it, they need to earn belts, then we will say. We have rules, you have belts, you are best.
I know I say that every fight, but it's just I'm getting better and better. I'm more experienced. Now I'm physically, emotionally, spiritually. I'm at one with myself, and I'm just ready. I'm ready. These are the type of challenges I want. I don't shy away from no fight. If no fight or no fighter, you know what I mean? And that's definitely what I'm going to show February 1st.
Do you think like you break them down like later in the rounds? Like do you catch them early and break them down early like we saw with Andrade?
To be honest with you, I'm going to just put a game plan together and I'm going to just follow my game plan. I don't know if it's going to come early. I don't know if it's going to come late. But I will be trying to knock them out. That's what I do every single fight. I go in there and I just break people down and I beat the shit out of them. It's going to be the same thing.
Given the last performance, I know you said at the post-fight you were injured, you're dealing with a lot of things. What do you make of like the perception of David at 175 from fans now? And do you think it's fair?
To be honest with you, I don't care what nobody says. I know exactly what I do. I know that 7 weeks left to the fight, I tore an tendon.